Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are very few people who move the needle the way some people do in this earth, and we're blessed to have time with them, and they provide moments for us, and we'll go through some of that over the course of the next 2 hours. It's Victory Monday. DP, Austin Ormond. It is going to be fun because I want your takes on what you saw Saturday, and there'll be some parameters to it because I like setting a kind of North Star on how we're going to do it. So you'll be able to do so. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You can follow us on the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, you can. We're inviting you in. And as we do this, we'll have to pay tribute to some friends in some moments. Austin Norman, please let them know about the Mercado.
Gladly, our friends at Certified Piedmontese, they offer every type of meat, every type of cut, all sorts of spices, cheeses, gelatos, cookies, everything you need to make a great meal. They also offer great meals that you can package up and take home, or fired up Fridays at 3 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, as well as 84th and Highway 2. You got one at 30th and Yankee Hill, down by plenty of our other friends in that area of town. And Omaha friends, you're not left out. They're at 168th and Maple for you.
There's lots to talk about, Dave. We'll get into some of the things from this weekend, because there's a lot to kind of digest and a lot of things to put in play. But we get the news of the passing of the great James Earl Jones, and from a speaker's standpoint, there are very few people who got more from their voice as a speaker, as somebody who performed in art. And I'm not talking singers. I'm talking about able to soliloquy and call and response, as well as James Earl Jones. And there's a couple of moments, and people from the Star Wars thing, Stricky just had a moment in going through kind of what was in play as far as Star Wars. And validly so. We all go to our own collective memory of what Star Wars was to us.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask the question, well, what's the moment for James Earl Jones? And there are several, because my grandmother said a thing when I was a kid: please try to live your life and make it extremely difficult for anybody to describe your life in a minute. That means that you planted seeds and you provided fruit and you accomplished some things, right? And I remember that because the inspiration for it was a book. And it was one of the first books that was put into my hand early on. And it was about Jack Johnson, the great heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
And in telling the stories, and she provided some news clips, right, on why this story mattered, because at that point in my life, I had not heard of Jack Johnson. I had not heard of him. So my grandfather and my stepdad and my grandmother gave me a history lesson on Jack Johnson. Fast forward to several decades later, and a dear friend of mine, his mom, I was in his wedding, and his mom, as a gift, gave me this book about Jack Johnson. And I consumed it at such a voracious level in learning the history of boxing, learning some things about America that you need to learn and figure out how you're going to process and why things are the way they are. Quite simply, didn't point fingers. They let you kind of dive into it and see how the water was. In my earlier days, there was a movie called The Great White Hope. And from Broadway, James Earl Jones took this role and put it into a movie form. And again, in a day where movies had more power, because there was much less entertainment and distraction then than there is now.
Yeah.
And it explained a lot to me about people, like basic fears, concerns. And it was the first time that somebody actually mentioned to me that the opposite of love is fear, not hate. All right. And you go, wow, okay, cool. But learning through sports, and that was kind of the thing. And there's a statement he makes in the movie where he's won the title and he's over in Europe, and they want the title back. But he's moved over there to run away from crimes and from being arrested. And he simply said, the championship has no value to me. Big old chunk of hardware turning green around my waist. Go ahead, take it off me. And he said, well, Jack, if you weren't so good, we could just take it off you naturally. He says, well, you have 100,000 people over there. 100 million people over there. Pick your best one. I'll fight you. It says, and if you won't do that, if you won't get me your best, I'll find my way to Mexico. And I'll stand at the border and I'll hold the belt over my head and say, here I am, here I am, here I am. And it echoed for me. Like it was just like, oh, I don't know what kind of superhero this dude is, but I know he is one. So that for me is 1A. 1B was a far different other baseball story, sports story. It was a baseball story. And the Terrence Mann character from Field of Dreams and one of the great soliloquies that were ever put into a movie, they will come. They'll come, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always, can I tell you that both of those things landed with me in Lincoln, Nebraska? Right? Because it was like, oh, you got this little tiny radio station and nobody, you can kind of pass it by if you want. Oh, okay. Then I'll move it up next to you. I'll move it up right next to you. Then I'll say, here I am.
Yeah.
Here I am. I'm right here next to you. But the other side of it was, build it and they will come. And it echoed this weekend. Because this weekend, in a big football weekend, Colorado came to town. This mill, this radio station hosted, I would say 30 members of the national championship team from 1994.
Oh, at least.
And the folks who rented out the mill for the tailgate, and shout out to Jill Pershing Davis for her group from U.S. Bank, and they rented out the place. And that was the vision of the ticket at 11th and 0. Saturday literally was, this is why it was more important for us to be here than down at 48. And you have to see a thing. And you just say, sometimes people will think you're weird for, well, why would you put a coffee cafe inside of a sports radio station? Saturdays, why? Why do you need to be downtown? Saturday is why. Build it and they will come. We've added talent since then. We've done all these things. And in my head today, you get the message and I'm just going, oh boy. Ah, boy. All right, man. Go rest, James Earl Jones. You have lived a life full. You have lived a life full. Man, you have lived a life full. Interesting story. 1993. I'm in D.C. and I'm running a sports bar in D.C. It's in the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Washington. And we have conventions and parties and such all the time. But in my sports bar, I would get like a full assortment of celebrities on a regular basis. And I had a young staff, and there was a young lady who had just graduated from college, but she was from a farm town. So she, wasn't really familiar, wasn't cool. In her mind, she was just, she knew everything. But she goes, I was in the back office, and she goes, I think your dad's outside. And I was like, oh, well, let me go see what it is. And I said, why? You sure it's my dad? He goes, well, he has your smile. He has your smile. I turn the corner, I go out of the bar and I turn the corner, and they're sitting in this booth, as majestic as he could possibly be, was James Earl Jones with the grin on his face. The James Earl Jones full
experience.
Full on,
100%.
just majestic and wonderful. And he then let out a laugh. He just said, nice smile.
He didn't say DPI, my father.
No. Listen, that would have been way too appropriate. But the embarrassment of my waitress, because she then went and told the rest of the staff, oh my God, I just totally embarrassed myself by telling DP that man is his father. His father was here. And they go, girl, don't you know who that is? And they're like, no, who is it? She goes, okay. Now
that's a whole other conversation.
Right. A whole other conversation for a 23-year-old even back then, right? That you think everybody knows what you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she had no idea.
Come to find out.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Wherever Colleen is in this universe. God bless you. Because she turned a shade of red.
Which you've blended into the wall behind you.
Oh, she 100% would have. And it was doubly embarrassing because she's like, oh my God, now I think all black people look alike.
Other conversation.
And I just went, oh, you poor thing. It was... and he just went, wow. And he was so gracious. He took pictures with everybody, not only the entire staff, but he took pictures with everybody in the bar and in the hotel.
Whew,
that he left.
Hotel.
He left, and this is a 900-room hotel.
Yeah.
That he went out into the concourse of the hotel, which was the main lobby area, and stood and held court. And our concierge went down. We had a shoe shine spot, so he sat up in the chair because the guy tapped him and said, "Hey, sit down, have a seat." And he's signing autographs and taking pictures as the guy shines his shoes. And it was just amazing. He talked about what kind of athlete he was. He talked about, just amazing. So anyway, we'll get into the Husker talk. It hit me that James Earl Jones is gone, and we'll find the clips because they're two incredible clips. Matter of fact, all three of them, if you go to the Star Wars, and there's a whole thing of James Earl Jones moments, but those two stand out for me. We'll throw it a break. Come back. We'll talk about Victory Monday here on the ticket. The Huskers get it done against Colorado, and we're going to talk about the Huskers. I don't need to I've said all along, I was tired of talking about Colorado before Colorado got here. So I really don't have a desire to talk about Colorado. Your text me about the good things that happened for Nebraska, the good things that Nebraska did. That's what I want to hear about. Your favorite thing that Nebraska did Saturday night. We'll take all of those when we come back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Niederhaus Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Niederhaus's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Niederhaus Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Niederhaus Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 90. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, low around 64. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny and breezy with a high around 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Old School on a Monday, Victory Monday. Congratulations to the top 25 Nebraska Cornhuskers for accomplishing, you're doing your job. And I think that's the big part of it, is that you could feel like, wow, they did what they were supposed to do. For the first time in years, they did what they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks in a row.
Right? They did what they were supposed to do. And there were several things that fall in play into that. And to be clear, in my mind, and Austin, correct me if I'm wrong, but the ability to exhale on a Monday, there's a power to that we haven't had in a long time. To feel like,
well, it's on a. I'm glad you said Monday, because a lot of us will also be watching football on Sunday, and we're not allowing ourselves to exhale for other teams.
No, I gave that up. I gave that up.
Yeah, but I think even, week 1 against UTEP, to be able to watch football that night and not be like, oh crap, when are they going to show Nebraska highlights? I don't want to see them in a pissy mood. I don't want to watch it anyways. But to take care of business, do what they should do. You get through NFL Sunday in your own ways, and then get to Monday and wait, this is good. I can smile. I'm happy the team did the thing they're supposed to do instead of the thing they weren't supposed to do. This is fine. I like this.
Right. Like there were moments. So on press row in the media box, I sit next to Nick Sainert. Of course, it's all media folk. And there were several moments in the process Saturday night where we would look at each other like, is this really happening? Is this really happening?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a moment I was like, wait a minute, that was actually like a script.
Well, and see, it's funny because I haven't sat in the press box in a couple of years, but every time they'd be like, oh, wait, there's a script moment would happen. You can't let yourself say, yeah, this is going to continue, because previous program is, okay, but what comes next, right? You're looking over your shoulder. You're trying to look over the cliff. How deep's the drop? You got up to the cliff, but you never fell against Colorado.
I kept thinking that, okay, here it comes. Here it comes. And we've missed a lot of, oh my goodness, can we just enjoy the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just enjoy the moment? And if you had written the script that Nebraska was going to play exactly that the first set of drives were going to go exactly the same way, that really the questionable moment of the first half was the kick return, the missed field goal, and the fact that Dylan Raiola is human. While punting, getting a 40-yard average, his net is only 20. Like, that was
dang.
Like, that was the
he can't do it all. He can just do it most.
Yeah, like, teach that guy how to coffin corner, because that those 18 yards, that's plus 16 yards would have made a big difference against Ohio State. And
Dylan, you played baseball. You should know how to dot a corner.
Right.
Come on, man.
Just wait. Like, what are you doing? And it was interesting in it that they get the ball back and the final drive of the first half. And then there's the moment where it hits the defender's hands and pops straight up in the air. And in every other recent year, we would have fully expected not only for Colorado to pick that off, but to go take it off the other way and humble everything.
Well, Colorado gets in at least field goal range, or they get something fluky at the end of the half
Yeah,
to score.
something.
And then we start thinking back, oh no, is this 2019 all over again? When Nebraska's up big at halftime. But that's, I think, the difference, DP, was that yesterday, Nebraska wasn't just up 2 possessions. They were up 4. They gave themselves wiggle room. And, we heard Damian Daniels talk about you earn the right to rush the passer and whatnot. Nebraska earned the right to play through mistakes in the second half by building a 4-possession lead, not just a 2-possession
lead. It is that thing where you go, okay, when did you exhale Saturday? Text line, let me know. At what point during Saturday's game did you go, okay, this is going to finish as a win? Like this was, and I know that I waited until the end of the third quarter before I came back to the station to prepare for postgame. But a big part of it for me was, and I have to be honest in it, was almost, well, they can't mess this up now. And then as I was leaving, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to say, well done. And that was the transition for me. That was a big get for me to get to the point where I said, yeah, well done. That you played well enough for your fans to leave and feel comfortable in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure. Different texters have different things. They said, when they replace, when you get into the second and third level of players, that's always kind of the concession, right? That, okay, we can see this isn't going to go our way. And I thought for a moment, they were going to finish this thing as they were defensively. And I didn't want that touchdown to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt good about the fact that I was fighting for that, right? That, no, don't let up.
Yeah.
Don't let up. Like that was because those weren't things that we were saying before. So I'm proud of parts of Husker Nation. I'm proud of the group of fans that showed Colorado what real fans are like. I'm proud of the fans that showed that you're better than Colorado fans. Like I said this yesterday on social media, and there are some people that reached out privately to say, well, that's kind of a weird thing. No. Because remember, I went to Colorado last year.
And you had an experience at Colorado.
I went to Colorado. I went to Boulder last year, and not only had to fight off some people, but I had to fight somebody. And I didn't like the fact that I had allowed myself to go to the level of Colorado fans. And all the things that Nebraska fans said about Colorado fans. And if it was only because Colorado fans were winning that those things were allowed, which was my issue with Colorado, was, oh, you talking all this smack now because your team won a game.
Yeah.
But in real talk, you should probably be quiet. Well, the other turn was I didn't necessarily want to feel comfortable in Nebraska fans not being Nebraska nice because it was Colorado. Because that means Nebraska's standard isn't Nebraska's anymore. It's Colorado.
Yeah.
It's Colorado's behavior. And that to me, like, no, man.
Please no, Lincoln.
No, you're not. You're like, you hate to say that you're better than somebody, but you're better than Colorado fans.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you couldn't do it. And Austin, my walk back to the station, there were two situations involved. One, somebody was just running through the crowd being too loud and too obnoxious. And I was like, pump the brakes, bro. It's just not that deep. It's a football game.
Yeah.
Like, don't be Colorado.
Yeah.
Don't be Colorado. I turned the corner towards Big Ten Grill to come to the station. And there's three young ladies, and they're students. And they are giving these three Colorado fans who are grown men the business. They are giving them the business. And the grown men took it for a while. They took it for a block. But at the end of the first block, into the second block, they had enough. And it was like, hey, listen, you college girls shouldn't be talking to grown men. And they responded, well, you shouldn't. You grown men shouldn't be talking to college girls. And as we got to the corner, right? Got to the corner, there were three very large, rather large Nebraska fans who saw three Colorado men in a verbal with three Nebraska college students. So what did you think? What do you think the vibe was?
I think the vibe would have been teetering.
Right. And I jumped in and said, nope, we're not going to do this. But here's the thing. The lead big boy from Nebraska took it with a sense of humor and said, thanks for letting us get this one. Have a good night. And I went through, and I'm just going to say it. I got back to the station. You were here. Once I acknowledged that you and Chancellor were going to get us through the night after Jay and Nick, I literally texted Becky and said, I'm getting off of these Lincoln streets tonight. I'm getting off these streets. I'm just going to tell you, I'm getting off these streets. That's the city boy me. I'm a DC kid at heart. I know when a vibe is a vibe, when it's not a good vibe. And I went, no, sir.
Not today.
No,
Statement,
sir.
Not today.
No, sir. You're not getting DP. No, sir. So I went home. Here's the thing. There were events in Lincoln, Nebraska on Saturday night that were exceptional statements of who Lincoln, Nebraska is. There were also statements in Lincoln, Nebraska Saturday night that were statements of not what Lincoln, Nebraska is or can be. Just going to say it. Nebraska, be Nebraska. Stick to your standard. Let everybody else look at you and say, man, those people are nice. Man, that's good football. Man, those are good people. Those are good people. Those are good people. That's more important than you smack talking somebody that would not treat you as well as you treat them. That, my friends, is the Nebraska standard. That's what I'm going to go with. So for those of you who did your part this weekend, you were hospitable, you were Nebraska nice, you represented, you cheered loudly, you enjoyed the evening, you got home safe, and you woke up Sunday morning. Bravo. Bravo, bravo. Well done. Well done. Well done. We'll get to your text when we come back to Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 90. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy. Low around 64. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny and breezy with a high around 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of hour one. I love some of the stuff we get on text. It says walking around downtown sober. The majority of the vibe downtown was very fun and positive, but something just felt a little off. Like Husker fans were trying so hard to be Nebraska nice that night that you could tell there was some tension around. But again, overall, great time. Yeah, all of that's true. All of that was true. There was just a slight off balance. And Austin, we were talking about it, but it was also a thing that was discussed at the stadium, that if you're currently a student at the University of Nebraska, your football experience Saturday was new.
Mm-hmm. Brand new.
Right. Like that. I mean, think about that. Is that the first time that they could celebrate all day? Like they had one, you were hosting a party.
Yeah.
Like that felt like a part. Saturday before pregame tailgating felt like a party.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the hosts. Like this was for them. And it was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to party all day, party through the game and have reason to party, justifiably so.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of that thing, 10 hours, 12 hours later,
still want to party because you're celebratory now.
Right. That this particular student body doesn't know how to win.
Yeah.
In football. Like on the big stage. They don't know. I mean, I'm trying to remember what was the last time they won a Saturday night game that mattered.
In fact, we can't think of it offhand.
Right.
It's telling enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So text line, tell me if there's what was the last, I mean, certainly not while this student body has been at school that I can recall. Michigan was close, right? Michigan was close, but even that was an afternoon/night game.
Yeah.
Then these young folks don't know how to walk out of that stadium proud of themselves, maybe under the influence, and having people in the space who they don't necessarily think fondly of. So I would think that, in the championship days, you got familiar. Like, oh, no big deal. It's just Colorado.
And sure, maybe they were more used to it, but also college kids are college kids. I'm sure there was plenty of that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's been pent up. So I'm sure there was more last night than there has been in a while. And obviously, last winter's student base is not the same as this fall's student base.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't hear about issues when Nebraska beat Purdue. We didn't hear about issues when Nebraska beat Wisconsin.
The fact that we can still count all the wins at home.
Well,
lately we can still count. Believer, I'm trying not to give a teaching moment. I just think Nebraska. Here's another thing that I was told this weekend that I think that I might think too highly of Nebraska fans. And that was those were national folks who said that. That I think too highly of Nebraska fans, that I think they're capable of more, accepting more. I said, football knowledgeable, nice people, kind people, social, great tailgates, etc. But then they're like, yeah, but it's not that deep. And I was like, I think it is.
It's for us people.
I think it is, right? There is some venom. There is some venom in Nebraska football fans, and rightfully so. Several reasons, right? If you've been sold on a thing happening, right, and it doesn't happen, at some point you're just going to get frustrated. So I understand that. Rex and Levante did the damage. Amir, they think it was Ohio State. When was that, though?
Ohio State, the comeback would have been 2012.
So 2012, Michigan State 2013.
No, Michigan State would have been 2015. I was at
2015.
that game. That was a top 10 team that made the playoffs.
So
eventually.
to say that in 9 Husker football seasons, this student body, if you've been in the circle, have not had a cause to celebrate or a reason to react accordingly since 2015. Yeah.
So yeah, Corn Dog said, there was that game in 2013, but I would argue that the 2015 game, Riley's first year in Nebraska, wasn't great, but you still beat a playoff bound team.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing, right? And I'll ask you at the top of the hour to give me the most recent big nights that were comparable to Saturday night. And you can place Saturday night like where you would place it amongst great Saturday nights in the 2000s in Lincoln. Are there 5? Are there 10 great Saturday nights in Lincoln, Nebraska for football? So we'll talk about that. We'll also pay a small tribute to James Earl Jones. We'll do all that in the second hour of Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through September 10th is spend $50, get 2 sirloins free, limit of 4. Also, 15% off chocolate. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting wefixbasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog, a cat, or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering you 50% off our next 10-week challenge beginning September 14th. That's 10 weeks of fun group fitness classes and individualized coaching for half off. And at the end of the 10 weeks, someone's walking away with $1,000 for the best transformation. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine. And check us out online at fxblincoln.com.
Early break.
This is the group chat of the three-legged stool.
1 minute into the game.
Yep.
Jake Sorensen. Dolphins offense looks like feces. 1 minute into the season. 14-0 Jacksonville. Season over. Yeah, and I said, maybe next year, Jake. That's been my motto for 33 years. It gets better. Fins down 17-7 at half. There is someone booing in Brewskis. That someone is me.
I didn't see that one. That's funny.
That was funny.
That's funny.
That meltdown was unbelievable. You were 1 minute into the season.
It was startling.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 of Old School DP, Austin Orman on Victory Monday. Huskers get it done Saturday against Colorado. 402-464-5685. You want to be a part of what we're doing, hit us up on the text line. Feel free to join into the conversation and make your feelings known. Say what you need to say. You can follow on the live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo channel 961. Austin Norman, let them know about our friends at the Mercado.
Sure thing. 3 Lincoln locations for you. 2 of them on 84th Street. One of them is on Havelock. The other is at Highway 2. And then 30th and Yankee Hill. Our friends in Omaha, you can go to 168th and Maple for every type of meat and every type of cut. It is perfect grilling weather, perfect tailgating weather, right, for the next couple weeks here for Husker football. If you want to load up, the best place to do it is the Mercado. Every type of meat, every type of cut, and more to go along with anything you're going to cook.
And more. Anything you want, anything you need for your grill out. We were hit with the news away from sports that James Earl Jones has passed away, but he is connected in several ways to sports, especially in the sports world with movies, etc. Bingo Long and the All-Stars. You know, listen, I know culturally that is not necessarily Nebraska's hub.
Yeah, I had to look that one up.
That you do not know that a literal who's who of black celebrity was in Bingo Long and the All-Stars. Again, Billy D. Williams, Richard Pryor, James Earl Jones, etc. You can go up and down the list, and there's a full list of exceptional talent in that movie. And the fact that it's a baseball movie and it told the story of the Negro Leagues and kind of some of the things that went on behind. And yeah, there's some story behind it. But also, I mean, Star Wars, as it crosses over and everybody, you know, the evil empire is a thing that's passed around and bandied about, and there's a reason why. But Field of Dreams is a sports classic. It is a sports classic when it comes to some of the things that are said in that movie. And I think the line of all lines comes from 2 things. One, there's a whisper that starts the whole thing that, yes, we need to follow those dreams. Follow your dreams, follow your dreams. And then at a moment of impasse, a moment where it could go left, where people can give up their dream, James Earl Jones, as Terrence Mann, the author, stands up and gives one of the great speeches in movie history. Austin, if you would, please.
Ray, people will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up your driveway, not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. Of course, we won't mind if you look around, you'll say. It's only $20 per person. They'll pass over the money without even thinking about it. For it is money they have and peace they like.
Ray, just sign the papers.
And they'll walk out to the bleachers. sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They'll find they have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines where they sat when they were children and cheered their heroes. And they'll watch the game, and it'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces.
Ray, when the bank opens in the morning, they'll foreclose.
People will come, Ray.
You're broke, Ray. You sell now or you lose everything.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
So good. It's so good. Many years ago, in the description of baseball, a big part of the pastime, it being America's pastime, was the poetry that was attached to baseball.
Mhm.
And this was the first time I went, oh, yeah.
I get it now.
Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. The baseball allows you to go through journeys, time and place, smells, sensory adjustments. You have to exhale, deep breath in and great exhale with those moments. And it's pretty cool. And then, you know, as I said in the first hour, that the Great White Hope was such a storytell, and it's such a documentation and a reminder of the life of Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion. And James Earl Jones's performance was exceptional because you would think of him in so many different ways, but to think of him as the boxer and the work that he had to put in to get ready for that and to go through it, and then to the things that even in the shooting of the movie they had to go through. But there's the scene at the end, towards the end, where America wants him to come back to America to fight and defend his title. And he's like, yeah, I don't want the belt. I don't want the belt. I don't want it. It bothers me now. They sent word that his mother had passed, so he needed to come home. And he's standing in front of one of the fight promoters, and they are pushing for him to come back to America. He said this.
Champ don't mean piss all to me, man. I've been it. The champ stuff been beat clear out of me. That belt of yours, just hardware. Wouldn't even hold my pants up and I'm stuck with it. It's a hunk of junky hardware that don't let go. Turning green on me and it still ain't letting go. So I stuck with it. Just as bad as you all are stuck needing it off of me. So shake it loose, you understand? Just knock me for 10 and take it. I'll be much obliged.
Believe me, we'd rather have it straight.
Oh, you would, huh?
Jack, if you weren't so damn good.
You got 100 million people over there, ain't you?
Now let me.
Picked out the best. Hope you got, ain't you? I want to match with it.
It's not up to me,
I said
Jack.
a match with it. You ain't gonna give me one, I'll make you. Same as you done before. Make you. Take my funky suitcase, my $300-400, get myself to Mexico. I ain't like that. Right up next to you. I'm gonna sit on the line, wait the drummer bell at you, sing out, here I is, here I is, here I is, here I is.
To my core. To my core. And there, I mean, we could get distracted pretty easily, but there are moments in sports movies that do that. Brian's song, him in bed, or maybe him telling the team that Brian was sick, or the final line from the movie. It's not how Brian Piccolo died, it's how he lived. And boy, did he live. Sports has the ability to tell about our humanity. And that's why James Earl Jones, I want to take a second just with those clips. Because, again, if you haven't seen The Great White Hope, go get it. It's available. Austin, if you 2 hours, I'm just letting you know. It's going to tug at you. Some of the boxing stuff is just remarkable.
Well, and Jack Johnson is a story that gets glossed over, right? With boxing having fallen so far out. I mean, yeah, we're talking about Terrence Crawford and Spence and Floyd Money Mayweather and whatnot, but Jack Johnson was one of the first dudes.
He
was like that guy.
Yeah.
And not just American sports, but even worldwide.
Oh,
like Jack Johnson was him.
Yeah, it really was, and not being prepared and what he had to go through to become him. So in the story, and again, there's a great book that just breaks that down, but that's what it does. That's what sports does. It's pretty amazing to go through, and we will lose. The book, if you want the book, it's called Unforgivable Blackness: The Rise and Fall of Jack Johnson. And it was turned into a play off Broadway, and then, of course, a movie. And the movie ran back in I want to say 70s, 70s, 80s, and James Earl Jones just carrying it through, just phenomenal. So there's tons of it. Anyway, so as we pay tribute to James Earl Jones, we thank you for allowing us to just kind of go down memory lane a little bit with those moments from movies, because I thought they were pretty exceptional. It was a spectacular Saturday for the most part in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I think the big part, I asked the question earlier, was when did you as a Husker fan exhale and say, okay, this is enough, we'll win. We're gonna win the game. It went from the curiosity, right? The excitement, the angst, right? The anxiety, all those things that in the buildup, and then the first drive where, you get the score, touchdown. Okay. Kick return, uneasy, stop, touchdown, stop, uneasy, stop, missed field goal. Oh boy. Is that going to come back to haunt? When did you fully accept that yes, this is a win, we can count it? Austin, for you, when did you know?
So when I declared it and when I actually felt it, are two very different points.
Well, that's right.
I got a little swept up in the moment, and I was sitting in back watching the game with Rico, and Chancellor was around too. As soon as the ball fell into Ramir's hands and you ran into the end zone, I stood up and I yelled, the first thing is, this is their year. Now, this is their game. This is their year. Okay, I got a little caught up in the moment.
Yeah, it happens.
Right? I got to admit it. I was there.
It happens.
And it's funny that we're talking about this with Husker football, because I'm going through it with the Royals right now too. Right? They had a 7-game losing streak, but still only lost like half a game in playoff position. So I can know in my head that a team is in good shape, like the Royals or like the Huskers. I mean, up 28-0 at halftime. But Royals history and recent Huskers history are littered with making the improbable come to pass. Very rarely for better, often for worse, and I don't love it. So when did I actually know?
Right.
I had to go through all the angst of the second half, the stop and the start, and I was pacing like it was still 0-0. So when did I actually believe that the game was over?
Yeah, like
in my head?
Yeah.
Halftime. With my heart, I didn't believe it was over until that McGahee strip.
Your heart was 100% talking to you. It was like, what are you doing?
Come on, man.
Focus. Get your mind back in the game.
Please.
Get your mind back in the game. This game is not over. This game is not over. Austin, this game is not over.
Don't do it. You want to, but you can't.
You can't. It really was. There's that scene from Animal House, right? Where there's the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. and the Devils just screaming, "Not over yet."
Yeah.
Not over yet.
Yep. The Angels saying they're running out of time. They're running out of time. The
fine.
Devils,
They're
not over. Look at me. Something can still go wrong.
There's still so much. 8716 says, I thought second quarter when NBC showed a family of Nebraska fans holding up a sign that said, "This is the Nebraska football team my dad keeps mumbling about," which is still, that needs to be a shirt for this year. So Triple B, put that on a shirt. Right? Put that on a shirt. DP, I knew before the game. The difference from last year was the turnovers, and I called a blowout, which is why I was there at the game. Yeah, Dylan was he gives me hope because he's just different.
And see, but it's different about him is he has had turnover-worthy plays each of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He hasn't been perfect. He hasn't been flawless.
But he's been...
And they haven't bit Nebraska.
Yeah.
He is different.
Yeah.
He is breaking the curse.
Yeah, he doesn't have fatal flaws.
No.
Right? Yeah. Pecan Pie says, "What's up, fellas?" After the first TD, they punched him in the nose and the Buffy quit. Like, I don't know if they quit. I just think that they were outmatched. It's the thing that happens, and you can point to Notre Dame, Iowa, there's a ton of teams, Kansas, where, well, Notre Dame, you're a 4-touchdown favorite. And at home, yikes. Double yikes. Like, oh my goodness. Which I can't even wrap my brain around that. I don't think I've ever been at an upset that big.
I don't know. Yeah.
A 4-touchdown favorite. Maybe Nebraska. What were they? They were favored by 17 last year when they lost, right?
They
lost early in the year. They lost to Northern Illinois. They lost to somebody. Who did they lose to last year? Last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. What was
Minnesota, Colorado. They beat Northern Illinois. They didn't exactly slam the door on Louisiana Tech, but they still won that game.
Who came in here and got a win 2 years ago?
Oh, Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern. Yeah. That's what I imagine that felt like. That's part of the score. That's part of the scarring that I have on my heart was Georgia Southern.
Yeah. Well, Northern Illinois did it to Nebraska under Riley. Troy did it first year Frost.
Oh man. That would just be Texas from Minnesota. All the way from Minnesota. Well done. It says when they showed the shot of Prime yelling at the offensive line, maybe third quarter. He said that was enough for me. Culligan J says, that's funny. He says, I felt good when we dropped near the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. I just seen too many crazy things happen over the year to feel overly confident. That was really my thing. Brett says with 5 minutes left, only because Colorado can score in a hurry. Yeah, I think that was kind of the line, right? That you have to mark down past your scars, past recent history, that things are going so much better than they have in recent history. Yeah. And he said, except it wasn't like Georgia Southern because Nebraska was terrible during that stretch. Notre Dame isn't that bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the pain goes away though. Like I would love to know.
It's still there. You just got to dig at it.
I would love to know what the point spread was going into Nebraska, Georgia Southern. Like I would think that because if you're favored by 4 touchdowns over anybody at your place, and I'm not sure you can really be favored.
22.5.
22.5.
So 3.
That's still a 4-score game.
Yeah, 3 with 2 pointers.
3. Oh, just you saying 22 points makes my stomach hurt. Like oh my goodness. So to have Nebraska get to the point where you can put that down and exhale and say, yeah, Well, Texas Kip says, the pick six. 6266 says, no joke, with 3 minutes left to go. My stomach still had a sinking pit. I was too afraid we would somehow lose it. That's Amy and Lincoln. Amy, yeah, I think there are people you were not alone in that. There are people, as you're walking through the crowd back to the station, that folks were still looking at the TVs at the tailgates. Like, okay, what just happened? What just happened? Because if you heard a groan, you stopped.
Wait, was that us?
That really was the thought. It was there. So I'll ask you all, what's different? And Austin, we just talked about Dylan Raiola. And I think that's a fair answer. But I'm going to think that I'm going to say, for the sake of this conversation, that your answer not be Dylan Raiola.
Well, it's Dylan and.
Okay.
There's always an and.
So what's different? What was different Saturday? Are the players different? Scheme different? What's different? Because something's different. And I can say that we can say that's Dylan Raiola. But I think that's maybe too easy.
It's Occam's razor.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What else is different? So for Austin, for you, if you get to write it on the board. What's different now for you?
Yeah, so I think a big part of it is, getting that second offensive score in the game to push it to 21 was big. And then the last one before the end of the half, right? That's both halves now. Nebraska's marched down the field and scored at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything to start the third quarter, but putting points on the board to end the first half, I think, is big. You have trusted playmakers on the outside. Who did Nebraska go to on those drives? It was Jamal Banks week one, and then it was a whole host of guys, right? Obviously, Ramir Johnson gets the touchdown catch, but they targeted Jamal Banks for the pass interference to help move the ball there. So I think it's the wide receivers, right? Nebraska feels confident in those players to push the ball downfield and not be overly conservative. Credit the offensive line, I think, as well, to have protection hold up. I think the defense is actually, making plays. That was one of my concerns coming in, was what's the ceiling for this defense? I didn't know how many playmakers there were necessarily, right? Bunch of good guys. It was a solid unit, but last year there wasn't that game-changing play nearly often enough, right? The pick six is a game-changing play, even though it happened in the first quarter. Even against UTEP, last year Nebraska didn't have many teams backed up that far, and they did their job against Purdue. Northwestern pushed into longer or out of field goal range. But this year, Nebraska actually got a safety out of it, right? So again, it's hidden yards, it's opportunity and taking the most of it. I don't know if guys are one step faster, 5 pounds of force stronger to make a difference, but yeah, something has changed. And it must be a lot of little things underneath the surface that are coming together.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to we've got a long week ahead of us. So I don't want to get too deep into Northern Illinois and the why. Northern Iowa.
Iowa, yeah, thank you.
I've been doing that all
We're
week.
on the same page.
I've been doing that. Northern Iowa. Like, to get into that, because I watched their film today, and I have a whole bunch of statements about that. But here's what we'll do. We'll go to break. We'll come back. We'll get to the text, because in asking what is different, Austin just listed everything. 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 He literally, he said, everything's different. Yeah. All of that. All of that's different. We're asking you. For you, the Husker fan, what's different? We'll get those texts when we come back to Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through September 15th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA Choice Boneless New York Strip Steaks for $7.99 each. USDA choice boneless beef crock pot roast for $4.99 per pound, fresh salmon fillets for $9.99 per pound, and Bush Light 30 packs for just $18.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Rick Heyman from Sauter Heyman Jewelers here. Shop the Wedding Band Expo September 12th through the 14th at Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Choose a wedding band that will stand the test of time or an anniversary band to celebrate time spent together. Only at the Wedding Band Expo. You'll save 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Wedding Band Expo, September 12th through the 14th. All 3 locations. Find the ring of your dreams at the price you'll love. SauterHeyman.com in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through September 10th is spend $50, get 2 sirloins free, limit of 4. Also, 15% off chocolate. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 in instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Recent gator sightings in Nebraska rivers have biologists perplexed.
Alert! Take advantage of Nebraska's gator infestation and get yours at Acres Fall Gator Sale. We've got 0 interest financing on all John Deere new units, and every used gator is priced to sell. Choose from a variety of models and trim packages. All accessories and attachments are discounted too. For work or play, Acres has the gator for you. Go to acres.com for more details.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. If I can have it today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Are your feet just killing you? You feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, Old School. DP, Austin Orman. I don't know if this is a sign of the times or not, but this is how you know you made it. This is how you know you made it. Mr. Go 30 on social media profiled Huskers, Colorado. Huskers made it. You made it. And you made it on the right side. Like, you made it on the good side. You made it on the good side. Because I'm positive Nebraska's been on the bad side of Mr. Go 30 before. So the fact that he put him on the good side today. Bravo, Huskers.
It's the little things, but it's the big things.
Oh, that's such a big thing. Like, it's like, oh, we can be proud of ourselves. And you talk about international pull. That's an international pull to have somebody that reaches everybody.
Well, shoot, Bud.
Yeah. Like Bud coming out the tunnel. That was the texter said that they knew it was over when Bud came out of the tunnel with the belt on. Yeah. You know. And it was also helpful to see Bud with the number 140 on his jersey.
Yes.
Because it means that there's a way to get 3 numbers on your jersey. I'm seeing a 937 Husker jersey in our future.
Hello.
The fact that you can do 3 numbers on it, right?
You know?
So, thanks, Bud. Thanks, champ. Appreciate it. I asked what the difference was between Saturday and past games for the Huskers. What is the difference? What was the difference? And the easy answer is Dylan Raiola. The easy answer too is Matt Rule and some character trait, right? That he's in year 2, he's done a thing, but that makes it different from last year, even, right? And so, to give full credit, here are some of the things that said. Earthquake says no turnovers. Yeah, that is such a valid factor.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a thing that has to be tied to that. As a coach, turnovers are a process. And it means that you have to have a thinking and rules in play for how you're going to operate so that turnovers don't happen. And a lot of things have to go right for you not to have turnovers. A lot of things have to be. I mean, remember, and I think a part of that, I think you have to look at turnovers and penalties.
Yeah, turnovers is a Dylan and conversation as well. Again,
That's a tip ball could be a turnover.
Right. He put one in harm's way. The running backs took care of it. Receivers didn't fumble despite getting hit pretty hard.
Right.
Your take on the penalty situation for Nebraska football. Some of them were dumb. Some of them weren't there is my take.
Here's my thing. You are a byproduct. The flags come out based on your momentum. What you do. What I know is that officials will tell you several times that they're going to throw a flag on the thing before they throw a flag on the thing, especially in full. When it's a flag party, you're doing some stuff that they've been talking to you about for a very long time, and they're just fatigued by it. Yeah. They're fatigued by it. Like, hey, 30, hands down, bro. Hey, talk it less. Hey, you're leaning. Hey, you're across the line of scrimmage. You might want to take a step back. All those things. Hands within the frame. Don't grab from behind, right? It's a bunch of things. So, yeah. Texter says, 6062 says, I feel the difference of this year's team is one word, confidence. Confidence. You have a quarterback who will not lose the game and can win the game, therefore. The other groups are able to play with confidence that they can do their job well enough to win a game. Remember how many games we lost last year when we should have won had we had strong quarterback play. And, I'll be careful. Harburg played his heart out. He just wasn't Dylan Raiola in several ways. Mixture of rule and building confidence in the players and a bit of number 15. Yeah. No, OG, you don't need a recruit named DP. You need another one. Earthquake says no turnovers, and that's fair. Kip says bounce, throwing and running. We haven't had a quarterback that could legitimately throw since Armstrong or Gans. I'm not sure that Adrian could throw the ball.
Tanner Lee could rip it.
I think Adrian Martinez had a little bit of what Shedeur Sanders had Saturday. You would get these dudes off of me, I'll show you how to play quarterback, but I can't do it with people hanging on my ankles and hit me at the knees.
Birmingham Stallions and New York Jets seem to think he can throw it.
The Jets seem to think that he does pretty well throwing the football. A team mindset and focus is taking each game one at a time. Win the game in front of them. Yeah, focus matters. Focus matters. The ability to not get caught up. And this is also the thing that Husker fans this season are going to have to learn about this team is game by game. Like, let somebody else talk about 7-0. Like, don't get caught up in the. We have all the cowboy hats walking by the stage.
Okay, so what's going on at PBA tonight? Give me just a second.
All of the cowboy hats. And yeah, all of the cowboy hats are there. We just saw 12 men in cowboy hats and boots?
Oh, at least.
So yeah, there's something going on at PBA. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I mean, 2887, you're correct. He says, tell me a quarterback that does perform if he has no offensive line protection. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Listen, he said a thing and said, listen, how many times did Raiola get touched? Quarterbacks understand the freedom that being protected well allows.
I saw this from
Tater's out here stirring it up.
Oh boy, not again, Tater.
Tater says, still got to do another hot chip challenge or a hot wing challenge sometimes. We did a couple this summer. We may. Carricker hasn't done one. Carricker hasn't done one. Mikey hasn't done one. Chancellor's done his.
He's an OG.
Strick still hasn't found his way into the conversation.
And Strick won't find his way into the conversation if he has his way.
Yeah, prima donna. 0071. He says, it's the way players are carrying themselves. The team mentality, it looks and feels different. You have a leader who's setting a standard for work. And Coach Rule said today that the thing about Dylan is how hard he works and that everybody else is now trying to catch up to him. Jesse says, add focus and intensity to that. The intensity level is different. Yeah, I think for me, all of this is true. The ceiling for this defense is so high. If we have an offense like we currently do that can sustain drives and the defense isn't having to be out there 35 to 40 minutes a game, that was talking points 1B and 1C last year, that time of possession mattered. And I knew I posted on social media halftime, maybe third quarter, that Nebraska had doubled time of possession at that moment in the game. There was also a moment when Nebraska had 28 points on 21 plays.
That's a good ratio if you keep it that way.
Right? That Nebraska had 4 touchdowns to Colorado's 6 first downs. Those are winning numbers. But all of those numbers meet both sides, offense and defense, that you're doing a thing. A consistent run game, 2034 says. Yeah.
Consistent traditional run game.
Yeah. I think this is true. And listen, the run game's not perfect. It still has things that they have to figure out.
That second half was choppy at best, running the football.
Choppy and still trying to figure out who's who.
For reference, Nebraska ran it 9 times for 50 yards in the third quarter. You take that. 9 times for 12 yards in the fourth.
Wow.
So 18 for 62 overall is less than 4 carries.
Still being healthy, absolutely plays different. Chris says the culture is different. The culture. Yeah. Well, and then, Texas says rules confidence certainly is the difference maker. Yeah, I think all of that is play. 7434 says, DP, I think the players believe that they can win this year. Yes, and are working accordingly. I would think that in my conversation with players past, they believed they would win too. But work has to match the belief.
Did they say it with their chest, or did they say it because they were expected to say it?
No.
That's how you tell by the work, though.
Well, there's the fake hustle part. That there are people who don't know what winning looks like.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to win.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're working as hard as they need to work. The reality is they're not working as hard as the people that they're playing against. And then you get out there and push come to shove, critical mass, critical moment. And as Mr. Go30 says, the moment's too big. Not an athlete. So, yes, I believe this year's team believes that they can win, but the work matched. We talked about it on this show, that going into week one, the real thing about week one is it gives you validation that your message, your landing, your practices is working. Mm-hmm. That's what game one is for. Did all the stuff we said, seeds planted, etc. Does it come to bear fruit in game one? Then it doesn't for game one, with the full understanding that once you get through game one, game two has to validate week one. It did. It absolutely did. And then guess what happens?
Week three.
Week three shows up and says, listen, kudos, congratulations on weeks 1 and 2. You accomplished the thing that you want to accomplish. But were you as effective as you can be? Remember, you're competing as much with yourself, the best version of yourself, as you do the scoreboard from week 1 and week 2. Nebraska knows whether it's playing at top efficiency, high productivity.
Matt Rule said today, no.
No, they're not. No, they are not at apex level. So they have some things to shoot for this week. And that's fair. We'll take more of your text. We'll close out this hour of Old School when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through September 10th is spend $50, get 2 sirloins free, limit of 4. Also, 15% off chocolate. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Recent gator sightings in Nebraska rivers have biologists perplexed.
Alert! Take advantage of Nebraska's gator infestation and get yours at Acres Fall Gator Sale. We've got zero interest financing on all John Deere new units, and every used gator is priced to sell. Choose from a variety of models and trim packages. All accessories and attachments are discounted too. For work or play, Acres has the gator for you. Go to acres.com for more details.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer. Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Don't go anywhere at 6 o'clock. Tom Chattel will join us and break it all down, break down Saturday's win over Colorado. We'll have that conversation. Shout out to Nick Sainert for his work with the Lincoln Youth Football. He was out there yesterday live calling through. So job well done. There'll be some games that we actually call. We're working on those as well, but we want to make sure all the particulars and all the boxes are checked and all the things are there. But great response, and folks were out there shouting it all out. So greatly appreciate it.
How was Barry's trip?
Barry's trip was wonderful, exceptional. Yeah, Tad, we'll put your name in the list, bro.
I got him there.
We
We're
got
good.
you in there. We greatly appreciate it. Barry had the time. He's coming back in October.
Nice.
That's how good of a time he had. Nebraska was nice to him, and he has some history here. So he was able to reconnect and go into some spaces, some buildings. Of course, the Pershing is not is not the Pershing, but he had won a roller skating title there, decades ago, and so he was there. And if you go into the museum, the roller skating museum, there are plaques of all of his people in there, and he got to see some of that. He got fed well, of course, along the way.
What do you have? What do you like?
He is absolutely a fan of Mary Ellen's. Yeah, that's a real easy thing for him to play in. He went up, he got into the stadium, he got to walk around and see his thing, but he ate well while he was here.
Yeah.
So Jeff the Texter says it was great to see Bud Crawford lead the team out of and speak to them Friday night. That dude bleeds Husker red and is the ultimate champion. Yeah, it's a win to have somebody that is able to connect to your culture and then add to it. And that's a big thing Matt Rule said today. Yeah, he just wanted to come to the game. And, he says he's low maintenance. He didn't have to talk to the team. And Matt Rule's like, yes, he does. Get him over here.
It's not about he doesn't have to. It's about we need him to.
Get him over here. Get him over here. Did Barry like the Runza? He tolerated the Runza. Didn't necessarily celebrate the Runza, but he tolerated the Runza. It is an acquired thing for him.
Valid.
And he was just like, okay. I don't think he would have appreciated anything in the 100-degree in-stadium heat that was going on. So that was a big part of it. So, yeah, but Barry had the time of his life. He'll be back in October. He'll stay for a game and do his thing. Same with my buddy Lassie Mitchell from Salt Lake City, and I appreciate everybody being so kind to them.
He was there kicking off Big Ten.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. He was around all the way. He played at San Jose State. There's a really cool story of Kobe in Salt Lake City and how he handled the masses. Well, Lassie was the guy that was there with me. And it was myself, Mark Spears, the late, great Siku Smith, Lassie Mitchell, and Kobe at a table in Salt Lake City in the midst of a tournament of a playoff series. And Kobe wanted to hang out. And so we partitioned off part of the bar, and of course the locals tried to take their shot, for whatever it was that they were in the mood for that particular evening. And Kobe gained such a high level of respect in his handling of said event. Lassie was actually, matter of fact, the story got out that Kobe was in a bar in Salt Lake City, and Lassie was quoted in that article, and he was the best man in my wedding. So he's high quality people, but Nebraska and Lincoln was exceptional to them. Austin, before we go, your pick, who you got tonight?
It's hard to pick against the Niners. It really is. I think they're probably still the more complete team, but I also don't think I think the mystique's starting to fade off of San Francisco. I think with Green Bay staring them down the way they did last year, Detroit having them on the ropes, and then the drama, they're still really good. I think some of the mystique's gone. I don't know if I'm buying the Jets right now. I could see the Jets rounding into form into a couple weeks. So maybe it's a little closer than people, might anticipate. I'll take the Niners in a close one.
Yeah, I think the Niners are going to be better this year.
Really? Okay.
Friction does that.
It can.
Friction does it. Look at Dallas and their performance yesterday. Teams that went through some offseason, some folks went through some stuff. The Niners, the people who went through it, I don't have a problem with their work ethic. I think they'll be ready to play. And no matter what happens tonight, they're a team that in December will find its way.
They get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, so it'll be an interesting one. All right, that'll do it for Old School. Austin, appreciate you, kind sir. Don't go anywhere. Tom Chattel will break down Huskers, Colorado. Take us through Matt Rule's press conference today and some of the stories of what's going on around the program. All of that here on 93.7 The Ticket.